And we continue to follow breaking news out of San Joaquin County this morning. 4 people are dead and 10 others are in the hospital after a mass shooting took place in Stockton. This shooting happened at a banquet hall on Lucille Avenue and Thornton Road, happening just before 6 p.m. yesterday. Neighbors told us that the gunfire appeared to sound like it was coming from multiple locations. When KCRA 3 first arrived on scene, there was a large group of people speaking with law enforcement, but it's unclear if there were witnesses outside or if they were in that banquet hall during this mass shooting. We want to go straight to KCRA 3's Aaron Heff live in Stockton this morning. And Aaron, what does the scene look like right now?
Leticia, this scene is absolutely massive, spanning multiple blocks in what you're seeing behind me and then in both adjacent directions. If I step out of the way, you can still see there's still evidence collection being had, as well as evidence markers going down. And you can see really the large expanse of this scene. Now, take a look. This is what it looked like as our crews were on scene all night long. Local officials are claiming this mass shooting happened at a family gathering and/or party. 4 have died and another 10 are injured after a shooting at what officials are calling an event center and banquet hall. At this time, it's unclear the ages of those who have been injured and those who have died. Officials believe this was a targeted attack. At this time, according to law enforcement, a suspect or suspects are not yet in custody, and people we spoke with off camera who live in the area explained hearing gunshots for what they describe as a full minute, followed by screaming and people notably calling for ambulances. Take a listen as law enforcement and officials address the media late last night.
And what happened tonight? Again, unacceptable. Families should be together instead of at the hospital, standing next to their loved one, praying that they survive. So again, wish we had better news for you, wish we could tell you more. As soon as that information becomes available, we will make sure that you get it.
Tragedy of this nature is unthinkable, and it absolutely breaks our heart to have the loss of life and to have loss of life to children in our community. Right now, we are doing everything possible to bring the individual that's responsible for this to justice. We are working very hard with a multi-agency approach led by the San Joaquin County Sheriff's Office and with other agencies that are involved, including Stockton Police Department, California Highway Patrol, and the Department of Justice. So our understanding at this time that the individual responsible is still outstanding. If you have any information as to this individual, reach out immediately. And if you are this individual, turn yourself in immediately.
Again, so many unanswered questions still remain. Again, 4 people dead, 10 others hospitalized locally. Still no update as to their condition as the sun is rising this morning. This all started just around 6 o'clock late last night, so we are just over that 12-hour, 13-hour mark of this crime scene. And as you can see, remaining steadily in place. It is massive. There is an unmeasurable amount of officers and law enforcement still on scene. It's from our vantage point, we're unable to count how many still remain here, but we are still seeing evidence collection. We are still seeing evidence markers go down. And again, this has been reported at an event center and/or banquet hall that we believe, due to all the information we have, is on the left side of the street of what you're looking at. And that's where all of the law enforcement is still having their most activity at this time. Now, something to note before we leave you, there's a prayer vigil that is already set up. It's for 3 p.m. this afternoon. The Faith in the Valley San Joaquin County Clergy Alliance and community members are encouraged to go if you so choose. It's at 9299 Thornton Road in Stockton, California, very close to where we stand right now. But please know that this is still a very active scene. There are still so many questions to be answered and still a suspect or suspects, according to law enforcement, still at large. Leticia.
And Aaron, do we know anything about surveillance video, anything that may have been captured by businesses in this area to help police track down this suspect?
So right now, we don't know officially if there is surveillance, but a large majority of the time when a crime and/or shooting that type of crime happens on a street like this that's lined with many businesses, fortunately, a lot of businesses do have surveillance. We have gas stations nearby. We have restaurants in that area of where the banquet hall is believed to be. So hopefully there has been something captured, and law enforcement always works with businesses that line the area of crime scenes. Leticia.
And Aaron, obviously when something like this happens, a lot of fear in the community. Have law enforcement said, have any indication of whether this incident is targeted?
Yes. So in my report, we mentioned that officials do believe that this shooting was a targeted event, though that doesn't mean that that suspect and or suspects are in custody. That means that that person, according to what we know right now, is still at large, so still not in custody. Law enforcement don't have that person in their custody. So what we know is that person is still at large, and yeah, of course that causes a little fear. But according to law enforcement, this was a targeted event. Leticia.
Aaron, thank you so much for your live report. We'll check back in with you in just a little bit as you gather more information. And Governor Gavin Newsom's office also posted on X this morning saying he was briefed, adding, quote, the governor's office of emergency services is monitoring this evolving situation and coordinating with local law enforcement. And the Stockton Vice Mayor Jason Lee also issued a statement on Facebook saying, in part, my heart is heavy in a way that's hard to put into words. As Vice Mayor of Stockton and as someone who grew up in this community, I am devastated and angry to learn about the mass shooting at a child's birthday party. An ice cream shop should never be a place where families fear for their lives. Adding that he is in contact with staff and public safety officials to understand exactly what happened. He goes on to say, I will be pushing for answers. Our community deserves to know the truth, and the families impacted deserve justice and every resource available to support them. Representative Josh Harder posted, I'm devastated at the news of a mass shooting in Stockton, and Pam and I are praying for the victims and their families. My office is carefully monitoring the situation and in close contact with local law enforcement. Assemblymember Rhodesia Ransom, who represents California's 13th district, also issued a statement saying in part, quote, I'm heartbroken by the violence and tragedy in Stockton and the senseless loss of life that resulted from this. My heart is with the families experiencing unimaginable pain and with those who have been injured. These events are deeply traumatizing for our community. In this difficult time, I'm holding everyone affected in my thoughts and prayers. I pray for peace, healing, and this sense of safety we all deserve, end quote. We will continue to follow this breaking news story and bring you any details that come into our newsroom. Right now, you can download the Caseway 3 app and turn on breaking news alerts to get those sent straight to your phone in real time.